the emotions that are not myself are all the ones that are not so awesome feeling, you know?
What?
What made you yell out that remark?
I do what I feel like.
And the most famous 10-year-old boy in the world who gives Scientology up to $10 million a year, Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson.
Sounds good, sis. Just tell me what to do.
Bada boom. I mean, it's like, wham, there you go. It was a new life for me. It was, well, not to get cross about it, but one of those things, finding a religion that you were started to embrace, meeting a guy and falling in love, and then having a baby. And they all happened within such a short amount of time, and everything else has just been straight up for me.
These lovely, talented performers are dedicated to Scientology. One of their key beliefs is the idea of past and future lives.
Well, in Scientology, we believe that you come back.
As a human?
Absolutely.
Has to be. You have to come back.
No, it's not like reincarnation. You come back as a human being.
Okay.
I've done it millions and millions of times before, and I will continue to do that. I am immortal. You know, as a spiritual being, spirit never dies. I will never die. This body is getting older. As I'm sitting here in front of you, that I will continue to go on. But as far as joining the Sea Org, I'm doing my dream.
Oh, well, me personally, I believe I will die and then I'll be reincarnated. I believe in reincarnation. I know there's a lot of religions on this world that do too, so that's what I believe.
Could you be reincarnated as a dolphin or a fly?
You know, I don't know. I don't have enough experience of going, oh yeah, I remember I died and I was this and I was, you know. So I don't know. I just believe that when I die, I will come back and I do live forever. That is
Confused? So was I.
That's a thing that's, like, personal to everyone.
Okay.
Because, you know, what if you thought that you were Cleopatra and I thought that I was Cleopatra? Then that would be a problem.
You'd be wrong. That's right. Yeah, we've got a problem. We've got a problem. Okay. So who are you talking to now?
Well, I'm talking to Brian.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Brian Seymour.
And what am I in your eyes?
In my eyes, you're a spiritual being, and you've lived before, and you live again.
So are you spiritual being, or are you talking to something else right now?
Well, I'm just talking to you.
Well, that's a relief. Is there a God in Scientology?
There is no God in Scientology. L. Ron Hubbard is the source of everything.
Why do they say there's a God?
They're lying to you.
Why?
It's their way of pulling people in because it's all about money.
Yeah, I believe in God. Describe God? Wow. Well, I would say, for me, because it's a really personal question.
Well, it is, and you don't have to answer it. It's we can move on if you don't want to answer it. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
It's certainly not a test.
Okay. No, I don't mind answering it. I think God, to me, though, is I believe that there is a power that I am striving for. I think the best way to describe that would be to name that God, you know. And ideally, I would have to say that I am striving to be that God.
Nancy Cartwright's been down under 4 times, and she's raring for another chance to raise the religion's profile here.
I love Australia.
With a possible Senate inquiry looming for Scientology, Australia is in their sights. Their new $20 million facility in Melbourne, called an Ideal Org, is designed to entice and inspire Aussies to reach for the stars.
I've seen the renderings of it. I know that it's under construction right now.
It's massive. It used to be a Catholic college.
I'm dying to come have a look. Are you kidding? Yeah, I'd love to.
Tom Cruise, John Travolta, Kirstie Alley, Juliette Lewis, Nancy Cartwright, they're all such lovely people. They don't have any experience of this. They would laugh. They say when they're told stories like this that, well, you're crazy. That's obscene. That's absurd.
Well,
what are you talking
they're not allowed to hear the bad news. When I was involved in staff, I wasn't allowed to read. I actually wasn't allowed to read any article, any newspaper article, or watch any TV show that was critical of Scientology.
Maureen Bolstad is just one of 7 former Scientologists who fronted this press conference in Los Angeles. I couldn't help noticing the one cameraman ignoring all their stunning claims.
Then why are you filming people going into the conference? It's okay. Same reason you would be. Well, but I'm not. So there is no reason I would be. What's your reason? Can I ask what your reason is, filming?
Well, same thing a journalist could do anyway.
Are you recording the faces and identities of people coming into this conference to put their names in a magazine or to report it to someone else back at Scientology?
No.
Meanwhile, back inside, Laura DiCrescenzo recounted how she signed a $1 billion-year contract with Scientology at the age of 7. Later, she claims she was forced to have an abortion.
I was told by the commanding officer of my organization that she immediately started telling me that at this point the baby wasn't a baby. It was just tissue. She started pushing how important my job was, how it would be so detrimental to the organization if I were to leave, how neither me or my husband had any money, nor would we when we left if we had children. And after 2 days of this, I conceded and had an abortion. About a week and a half ago, I went in for a deposition, and the lawyer for the Church of Scientology actually asked me, he kept rewording questions to get me to say that I agreed to have an abortion.
If you want to say I'm bitter about anything, yeah, I'm bitter about being physically attacked by the head of Scientology, David Miscavige. I would say that may be a little bitter.
And we've only just begun. Let's ensure it's a new beginning for every being of Earth.
I don't expect the head of a religion to physically assault and threaten his staff the way that man does. He is the antithesis of a religious leader, as far as I'm concerned.
A Scientologist for 35 years, Jeff Hawkins has added his voice to that of several other high-ranking ex-Scientologists who claim their leader, David Miscavige, is an emotionally and physically aggressive brute.